Well, people, good morning. Is it morning still? It is just.
I don't know.
Oh, my mobile phone is in my wrong pocket. Can you direct that in there? Make sure it goes in. Is it in?
Yeah, it's fine.
Very good.
And I've got mine in my pocket, the right pocket.
Anyway, good morning, folks. Pleasure to be here today. This is Sunday, the 21st of September. And Charlotte and I have decided we're going to go out for a wee short blast. We were going to do a money video, that sounds wrong. We were going to discuss money in the video because of some comments that have been made. Hence the reason I'm starting the video just now. So I thought, what a better time to do it than while out on the bike. Let me just go to the menu and set the suspension, which is now setting. And I can feel it lifting, yep. Oh, my feet are disappearing from the ground.
See it lifting.
Right. Suspension is now set for 2 passengers. That's the good thing about this bike, it can take a hell of a lot of weight.
Gee, thanks.
Is that got the 2 wee lines at the top?
Stay still. Yes, it has.
Right, smashing, right.
Oh.
No, I wasn't suggesting you were the hell of a lot of weight, just...
Yeah, no, totally.
Combined we weigh quite a lot. Right, you're not heavy at all.
I can hold on.
Oh, you can hold on. You can.
Hang on.
What, am I not tucked in?
No. There you go. Now you're ready.
Well, it's lovely now, isn't it? Right, so I was just introducing what we're doing with this video. I put a video up. When was it, Charlotte? It was a good few months ago, wasn't it?
The last video we put up was 3 weeks, 3 weeks ago?
Actually, the video about money. So what I did was I made a video called 52 Broke and Tired, Let's Talk About It.
Yes.
And I filmed it when I was leaving work. And basically, I was talking about the shit show that's occurred since Sarah died, right? So we all know about that. Okay, so I'm not going to go too much into that. But what happened was, I got a comment on the chat on the video. A couple of comments actually, and one of them suggested that can I be that skint when you're wearing a £1,000 jacket? And I thought, what an ignorant comment. Now, this jacket that I'm wearing is my Alpine Stars outfit. I bought it, I think, around August or something last year because Sarah nipped my head. Or she was nipping my head before she died, obviously, to get new gear, and I says, no, we'll leave it. I had too many other things to worry about, and then when she passed away I thought I'm going to have to get new gear because the gear I had before was bought in 2020 and it was knackered, and because I was at the time commuting every single day on my bike, I'm quite hard on my gear, the weather, the frost, everything. So I thought I'll buy some new gear, but I couldn't afford fancy gear, so I went into sportsbikeshop.co.uk and I bought this stuff. Now the jacket I think was about £249 or thereabouts. Trousers were about 150 or 180, and I bought some boots. Now, for someone to comment and say you can't be that skint with a £1,000 jacket is either someone that's just really ignorant, to make a comment like that without actually knowing any facts or looking or doing any research or even googling it to see how much is that jacket that guy's got on, I thought was ridiculous. However, since then, Charlotte and I were sitting in the studio and I give a wee look around the studio, and another comment came up saying some amount of gear for being hard up. So we thought, you know, I'm going to do a video and talk about this. Let's talk about money. This channel's all about being transparent, about being honest, and well, let's tell people how we're managing, and for want of a better way to put it, put to bed these ridiculous comments. So when Sarah was alive, Sarah and I had a reasonable income. Both of us had similar salaries and we lived a reasonably comfortable life. We weren't rich, but we were alright. Obviously when Sarah took ill, she lost her income. She worked for a company that didn't provide occupational sick pay, so she just went from earning, I'll tell you, she was earning about £550 a week, and she went from earning that to earning £99 a week statutory sick pay. But when she went off originally, she was only going to be off for 3 months because she was going for an operation. At that time we didn't know there was going to be cancer, etc, etc, and we had allowed for that. I don't know where we're going, honey. We'll just head in that
I have
direction.
no idea. We'll see where we end up.
So we had allowed for that, and then obviously it was discovered that she had stage 4 cancer, which was terminal, and obviously life went tits up, and she didn't go back to work at all. She was kept on statutory sick pay for about 8 months before she was actually paid off, when she got a letter saying, Sarah's not going to get better, this is terminal, there's no point. So the company paid her off, and they put a couple of grand in her bank. But bearing in mind, we had went from her earning, I don't know, 36,000 a year to earning practically nothing. And we had planned and allowed for 3 months, and it turned into forever. So why am I telling you this? Well, I'm telling you this because all the stuff that I've got, I purchased when Sarah was alive. That's the reality. So the camera gear I've got, I used to do weddings. I've got a fancy big Nikon camera, which, believe me, I've thought a million times about selling in desperate times. And I've got another little Nikon camera which I use for video, which again was bought when Sarah was alive, so that was years and years ago. I bought the X4 just after she passed, which I couldn't really afford. All the Osmo action, but I was going through my reckless I don't want to live phase, so I don't give a shit. But the thing is that when Sarah knew she was dying, we lived our life quite a bit. And I've told you all before, you know about the ongoing case just now. Sarah was under the impression that I was going to get money, or that we were going to get money, and she thought that was going to be happen when she was alive. And if she had lived to get to the resolution of this case, then she probably would have had quite a large settlement. So because of that, there was no concern about putting money away for rainy days. She was convinced that was the case, and obviously, you know, I mean, at that point we had the debt for a brand new caravan and all that kind of thing. So long story short, Sarah passed away. The court case pretty much disappeared with her. I still have the case ongoing, but I mean, Charlotte can attest to this. She's seen the emails from the solicitor saying, look, there's not likely to be any monetary value to this. If any at all, it's likely to be pennies, and I mean, I'm talking pennies, a couple of £1,000, not even enough to cover the costs of pay back people for the funeral, so it's pretty shite. What I'm trying to get with that is closure, and just try and put it to bed so that I can sleep at night and get rid of it and get it out of my life. Or perhaps get on with the documentary. There's all sorts of unknowns at this point, but the matter is, there was no money from NHS. There's not likely to be any money from NHS. That all changed the minute Sarah drew her last breath. So I was left in a pretty bad situation, that I had the outgoings of two people that were earning good money and income from one person, and you know, that's while I had my in-laws there at the time and they were helping out with rent and stuff, it still wasn't enough to keep up with it. So things got really difficult. Did the NC 500, and when I was doing the NC 500, that's when it started to really bite, and that's when I realised that I was going to be in trouble, and I had to start making decisions then. Now, bearing in mind, last summer, as I've spoke to in videos before, the combination of grief, the trauma of Sarah's passing, and the reality that I was heading for and facing financial ruin was too much to bear. I didn't want to face it, and I wanted to end it. I wanted to end my life. I had it planned out. I had the morphine there. I had it all sorted, and then Charlotte came into my life and started talking to me, and you know, became the person that helped me through a large bulk of my darkest days. So that's how I ended up in the state I was in. And while I was earning a reasonable salary, I had that much outgoing that I just couldn't cope with it, and I was trying to keep up with it. And I eventually had to get to a stage where I said, no, enough's enough, and we've had to make massive changes. So all the gear that you see, all the cameras that you see, apart from the X4, which was purchased just after Sarah died, and the Osmo, are all ancient. I've had them for years. They've all been there since Sarah was alive. The same with the drones. And it's been particularly difficult. Now, there's been other suggestions and comments that have been made that Charlotte moved over here and Charlotte was loaded, etc, 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 and I'll let Charlotte fill you in on that properly, but
maybe it's time I take my part now. So yeah, I had a business in Sweden. I know that's come up on the channel before, so I know people were wondering, were like, oh, if you had this successful business in Sweden, what's happening with your financial situation now? I sold the business in order to move here. I had a business loan on the business, which I obviously had to pay back. And I mean, moving country is not cheap. It costs money to move countries. I arrived here with a small amount of savings, or a small amount of profit from the business, and 2 suitcases. We had massive troubles with me being able to get re-registered here. As I arrived on a Swedish passport, the British government were like, how do we even know you're British then? Which is ridiculous. But until I could sort all of that out, I had no access to public funds. I had no access to trying to look for a job or even starting up my own business. I couldn't do anything. I was in complete financial limbo. And in fact, that's only just been sorted in the past few weeks, believe it or not. So I am legal now to work and start a business and do all that kind of stuff. But up until now, I have just not been able to bring any income into our household whatsoever. And the money that I brought over obviously it was not going to keep us afloat for.
No, it was basically just enough to sustain you for long enough to get to this stage, wasn't it? I mean, it's not even, to be honest with you, because the lack of income, the lack of anything was extremely difficult to cope with.
And we had no idea that this was what was going to happen when I got here. As a British citizen, as someone who was born here, just assumed that I could just, come back home and no problems. But no, it wasn't like that. And
don't forget to mention that you couldn't actually work because they weren't convinced you were actually a resident here, so you couldn't even get a job.
Yeah,
any
exactly.
job at all.
I couldn't prove that I had a right to be here, because, well, it was just a very silly case. Basically, they'd missed somewhere along the line that all the birth certificates proving my heritage, if you like, they'd missed out on some of them and had to go through an appeal before they would actually take the certificates. So that's what held it all up, which sounds ridiculous, but hey, that's the British government for Department for Work and Pensions.
Yeah, that's been so. The reality of that, folks, is that Charlotte came over here with a small amount of savings, but was unable to earn any money due to all the red tape that was involved with her being here, which is just about now sorted, I think, isn't it? But it's taken since February to get that sorted. So, like I said, she's been here with no income, nothing at all. In fact, still doesn't have an income. Charlotte currently volunteers at the moment in a very worthwhile position, and hopefully that will change in the future. But that's the reality. So there has been comments that oh, she came over here with loads of money and blah 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 blah. That's all bollocks, I'm afraid. It's all bollocks. We have been surviving, and I'm going to be honest with you about a few other things as well. Now, my bike last Christmas, how much did we spend, Charlotte? Nearly £3,000?
3,000, yeah.
I was getting rid of it. I had got to the stage where I decided I can't do this. There's no way in God's earth can I afford to deal with this. And Charlotte decided to have sneaky conversations with one of my very best friends, and I wouldn't be on the road today if it wasn't for him, who helped us financially to get that sorted. My mum and dad have been an absolute powerhouse of helping out as well. My sister, when I was struggling last year at the end of the NC 500, had to lend me money. This has been a horrendous journey, both mentally, physically and financially, but people still come on the channel and make ridiculous comments like you can't be that skint with all that gear and all that stuff. Now, just to put you in the picture, I had keyboards, I had music equipment, I had music speakers, all stuff that was remaining from when Sarah passed away. I've sold them all, haven't I, Charlotte?
Yes.
Yeah, everything is gone. I literally could not justify keeping all that equipment in the studio and not make anything from it. And of course, us being able to live day to day was more important, and we decided to do that. Now, you've been wondering about the caravan as well. The caravan is 20 years old. 20 years old. It cost us pennies. It was something that we decided to do, that we got help to do it. I'm obviously not going to go into disclosing people and stuff like that, but yes, so the caravan was basically, there you go, you'd fancy that, I'm going to get you, because this person knew exactly what we wanted and stuff, and they wanted to do that, and life was already difficult enough. So there you go.
Even the gear that I'm wearing, obviously I had no gear when I got here.
Yeah.
And again, friends and family, and I turned 40 just as I arrived here, so a lot of this is like birthday present, and I don't think we have actually put out any money ourselves on my gear. It's all been through gifts and presents and gift cards, and I mean, a lot of what's happened in our life this past year has been through the generosity of the people that are closest to us.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. I am not a scrounger. I hate it. People said to me when Sarah died, oh, start a GoFundMe. I couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to do that type of thing. I would rather sell all my equipment bit by bit to stay afloat, and which I've done. But through the generosity of some close friends and family, we have survived this far, and I've been able to keep the bike, keep it maintained and keep it on the road. I wanted to sell the X4, I looked at it, in fact I advertised it, I advertised the old Ace, the Ace Pro in Marketplace. A couple of people offered to buy it, and then we got to the end of the month and things weren't as bad as we thought, so we decided to keep it, because I don't want to get rid of everything. I want to keep this stuff that we use just now to try and bring content to the channel, because it's one thing that we love doing, isn't it? It's something we both enjoy now.
And that was something that we really went back and forth about, especially about the keyboards and stuff.
Yeah.
It was really hard.
I really wrestled with my conscience over the keyboard thing, but a decision had to be made, and that was the decision.
And it's it means that we have to think about what we want to do in the future. Obviously, Craig, you've had to decide that music can't be a focus anymore.
No.
Because you had to let the really good music equipment go.
Yeah.
And we'll probably not be in a position to ever replace it, so that's just the way it is now. That
I can't see that
we had to make sacrifices.
The Land Rover as well. Bear in mind the Land Rover's 13 years old, folks. That's an old car, and we got it cheap because it needed some bits and bobs done. We've since had the bits and bobs done. It's been a struggle to try and keep it, but we got that obviously because we needed a vehicle. I had got rid of Sarah's car when she passed away for obvious reasons, money, and we realised very quickly that if I was going to do anything with photography, that having a vehicle was, I didn't want to turn up at weddings if I ever do one again on a motorbike. It's not really practical. I had my drone up for sale, but I decided against that, and I actually sold 2 drones to get the drone I've got now. I sold my old Air 3 when Sarah passed away, and then I sold the Mini 3 Pro, I think it was, and that allowed me to get the current setup that we've got. Sorry, what were you going to say?
It's just, I think it's really important to talk about this stuff, but I want people to remember it's really difficult for us to talk about this. We went back and forth about whether, there's always quite a taboo around talking about money and stuff, and we went back and forward about, do we really want to put our financial situation out there for everyone to judge?
No.
But unfortunately, it is more common than you would think that people lose a loved one and then they have no idea where to go financially.
Yes, exactly.
And that's a consequence that so many people don't think about because they're thinking about other things, obviously.
Yeah. Well, there are people out there that made the ridiculous assumption that I had got a big windfall from the NHS. I've no idea where they got that information from, but the assumption was made. I was really angry, hurt and upset about it, but it's all we're done with. But these are the kind of things that we get, and the comments in the Facebook and the YouTube channel about, you know, I mean, some of the comments I've had are so ridiculous I've deleted them. I'm quite I spend my life, I think I've got quite a big heart. I spend my life dedicating, or I wanted to dedicate it to helping others. But I'm not going to lie to you, I am not the kind of person that will allow folk to trample me, and sometimes that's a bad thing. And I don't want to turn out to be a twat in social media with people, so sometimes rather than me get very abrasive and angry, I just delete it. Some of the comments are still there, the one about the jacket's still there, the one about the gear's still there, because I left them there for people to see. But if
Oh, actually, that's reminded me of another comment. Someone when we got married, someone commented on how could we possibly afford to get married if we're as skint as we say we are.
Well, there you go, explain the wedding.
Okay, so the wedding cost us £227 to book for all the fees and for the marriage licence. And if we're going to be super honest here, that came out of my overdraft.
And mum and dad paid for all the pub and the buffet and all that sort of stuff.
The food was covered by your parents in our local pub. We didn't have a reception like a lot of people would normally have.
Yep.
We just went to our local pub, they did us some food, and the owner of the pub very kindly gifted us wedding cake as a present.
So he did, that's right.
I wore a dress that your sister gifted me. You wore the suit that you always wear, your standard suit.
Because I can't afford to buy a new one.
I held a bunch of plastic flowers tied together with ribbon from the range.
Yeah.
I mean, every single possible thing we could do to save money, we do. We're not wasteful with money. We budget hard. We've developed a system to help us track and budget and plan and turn things around. But it's been, I mean, I don't know how honest you want to. You can cut this out afterwards if you feel like it, because you can do that.
Say what you want to say.
I mean, there have been times when our bank account was completely empty.
Yes.
And we've had to make whatever we had in the house stretches for food until we got paid again. It was really that bad, and that's a horrible thing to put out there. But I think we need to be honest with, you know, when we say we were skint, we were properly skint.
See, the thing is, people watch a video like this and they see us riding this big BMW RT, right? And they go, how can they be skint? Look at that motorbike. That's a 25 grand motorbike, all this bollocks, right? First of all, this motorbike is 10 years old. And it's probably worth about 6 or 7 grand now. And I've only still got it because of what we said before about the generosity of a friend that allowed us to keep it on the road, because it needed a clutch, it needed suspension done. I can't afford to go out and buy new bikes, and it does look good. It's a good looking bike, and it's the one thing that I was going to sell that people just stood up and said, no, you're not selling that defines your life, you've been riding bikes since you were 16. No. And that was it. That was that argument over. But people it's very easy to look well off. Oh, look at the 360 camera there, and the Osmo action in the front, and the big BMW, and the showy helmet that Sarah bought me, and the gear that you never paid a penny for. I mean, they look at all this stuff, and the assumptions are made all the time, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely.
But
I can get that. I can get when people see that, you know, what we have, and I just suddenly got an entire new set of gear, and I can get why people would just assume that there's more money there than there actually is.
Yeah, but I mean, to make comments on Facebook that are unfounded and completely false, I mean, it's ridiculous. it's people that make the assumptions and they don't have any substance in them. If you've got questions, message me privately and I'll answer them. Don't say, how can you stand there with £1,000 jacket on complaining your skin? Why didn't you send me a message and say, can you tell us a wee bit more? And I'll be honest with you, I would have, no problem. But unfortunately, people tend not to be that way. So where are we now? This is a big question. Where are we now? Now, I'm in a very fortunate position. I've got a good job. I've just been promoted at work and I'm on a new salary, which in the face of it is a very good salary. However, I still have the fallout of Sarah's death to deal with, which is probably going to take the next 2 to 3 years. Would you agree, Charlotte?
Yeah.
Roughly, yeah.
I think in our we haven't done a specific 5-year plan, but if you were to talk about our 5-year plan,
Yeah.
then we're going to be not only debt free, but we're going to have built up savings as well.
Yeah, in 5 years, yeah. But we still have 2 to 3 years of hardship to deal with. I am in a lucky position that I've got a decent job with a decent salary that will allow me to deal with that hardship, but by no manner of means do we have money sitting in the bank to burn.
I'm a volunteer at Citizens Advice Bureau.
A debt expert.
And just as a little aside, if there is anyone who's watching this and are struggling with their own financial situation, I can't recommend enough talking to someone like Citizens Advice. That you would be surprised how many tools there are out there, how much wiggle room there is for you to get help if you're struggling with debt, if you feel like you've got too much debt, if you're struggling with repayments, if you're not sure if you're entitled to any benefits. I just feel like I have to do a little advert there for Citizens Advice. So I volunteer at Citizens Advice and I'm currently on the advisor training program, which I should hopefully be finished with very, very soon. I think what I would like to do is to carry on with Citizens Advice, maybe even a paid position in the future. I want to be able to make sure that people who are struggling can get the help that is out there for them. So yeah, if you are struggling, then please do think about going to an organisation like Citizens Advice. Anyway,
Yeah.
back to you.
No, at all. That was great because it's very important. Obviously, you have had your eyes open because you've been dealing with people that have. Obviously, Charlotte can't go into detail with these things, but she deals with a lot of people that are in a lot of.
It has changed
different
the way
situations.
I look at money entirely. It really, really has. It's been an absolute eye opener, and I think a lot of what I've learned at Citizens Advice is helpful to us as well.
Yep. So the plan was to do this talk. We were going to sit in front of the camera and do it at home, but I thought, it's sunny outside, let's go out on the bike and chat with you about the money while we're out on the bike. What better place to do it? The place where everybody thinks we're loaded. No, that's cheeky, isn't it?
Not everybody. Obviously, I know there's an awful lot of people who are going to be. The vast majority of people that have watched and commented have been so lovely and supportive, and that's amazing.
To be honest with you,
I think it's human nature, isn't it, that we can get 10 supportive comments and then that one negative comment, it plays on you so much.
But usually the bad comments are ridiculous
when it comes to stuff like that.
Me too. The honeymoon was, somebody mentioned something about the honeymoon because we went away with a caravan for the weekend after the wedding. Our honeymoon was to Southern Ness, folks. We took the caravan for 2 nights to Southern Ness Holiday Park, a Part Dean holiday park, and it cost us about 40 quid for 2 nights. We're going to be at Haggerson Castle this weekend, and it's £44 for 3 nights. That's the beauty of owning a tourer. I'm going to overtake this car. And we probably, in all honesty, couldn't have afforded to go away on the honeymoon if it wasn't for the generosity of my colleagues at work who gave us a card and put some money into it, and some money that we had from other wonderful people.
I think it was so lovely of all our friends and family. We specifically asked for no gifts or anything. We've both done this before. We did not need to have anything big, but there was so many people that were so generous when we got married, and we are so grateful for that.
Yeah, every single one of you out there that gave us a gift or a card or a bottle or something, you know, where you've no idea how grateful we are. Unfortunately, when we were in the pub, someone had put all our bags to one side and mixed everything up, and I'm embarrassed to say we lost track of who gave us what. So if you're out there and you gave us
so
something,
excited opening everything, you were just like, wait, and I'm like, wait, who gave us that? He's like, I don't know.
considering we specifically said to people don't give us it, but you know what, it was amazing. And as I said, the lads in the work all put together and gave us a card, and that was incredible. That was a wonderful thing, and
It really was.
that allowed us to go away and enjoy our wee honeymoon and not worry about money. So we've been very lucky. In fact, the top box in this motorbike, if I was to buy one, would be about £850. One of our subscribers, Guy, who did a wee video on it, so if you have a look back, gave us that for free as a gift, which was amazing, wasn't it?
It really was.
We took a run out to Edinburgh, and it just reached out, and I thought, oh, what a guy! I mean, what an incredible, generous thing to do from a person that we'd never met in her life, to say, and went to a lot of effort to get it all keyed properly, to work with my keys, and you know what? It's been on the bike ever since. It's been the best thing. So even that wasn't at our expense. So
Yeah.
apart from the fuel to go to Edinburgh and back. But people have been genuinely amazing. It's just these few comments that you get them, and they keep coming in every so often. Because we do videos, as I said, we go away in the caravan and we've got a Land Rover, and people look at that and go, oh, how can you afford that? You know, that's probably what our neighbour did. I'm suspecting that that's where some information came from, but I'm not worried about that. But they see a Land Rover, it looks probably newer than it is. They see a new caravan, oh, they must be doing alright, they must have money. The BMW motorbike, oh, they must have money. That's exactly how the reason we're doing this, because it kind of, for one, forgive the bluntness, but it really pisses me off. Because these folk have, I think sometimes the people that have made these comments haven't even went back and looked at prior videos. Probably the first video they've looked at, because it popped up in social media, was 52 broke and stuff, and they've read that.
That one got way more views than our regular content.
Yeah.
And I think it brought in a lot of people that knew nothing about you or what had come before.
Yep, that's the problem. So the guy that made the comment in that video about how can you say that with a £1,000 jacket on, probably never looked at any other videos. He just sees this guy with what look new gear on and a BMW motorbike whinging about being skint. Now, we can say we've been skint, can't we? We've literally had no money in the bank. However, we're lucky enough to have the roof over our head, to have the rent paid, to have the council tax paid, to have our bills paid. That's the struggle. We're skint because we're struggling to make sure we keep all that and keep that roof over our heads. So there are people out there struggling much worse than us. That's something we must highlight. There are people out there that
This was
really needs help.
that we talked about. I remember saying it several times when we were at our worst, money-wise, was that, but we still have, the rent got paid this month, and we still have food in the cupboards, which makes us richer than 90% of the world's population.
Yeah.
When you put this into perspective, you know, on a global perspective, we are so lucky to have what we have.
My biggest frustration is that at my age, I'm 53 in November, I should be getting to the stage where I'm mortgage free with my own house and all that sort of thing, and I'm not. That's the frustration. My biggest fear last year when all this started to hit home was that in my 50s I'm facing financial ruin. How do you get out of that? How do you face a life going into retirement with nothing? That was the biggest thing for me, and I know that's compared to some people's circumstances is nothing, but in my circumstances it was hard because I had spent most of my life working my arse off. Sarah and I had built up a good life to suddenly get it whipped away. That's the difference, and that's what I struggled with. Oh, look at the lovely view. Sorry.
Lovely. I've done the home ownership. I don't care. I don't want a mortgage. I actually feel like we are better off not being tied down by a mortgage. I know loads of people will have many different opinions on what's best financially, but I just feel like I've done the mortgage, I've done a house that needs maintained all the time, and I don't want to do that anymore. I think we are really lucky that we don't have to worry about repaying a humongous mortgage or being responsible for everything that could possibly go wrong in the house.
Well, that's it now, isn't it? It's just this year. It's the realisation that you're just paying rent, that if something goes wrong, we don't have to worry about it.
That's what we pay rent for.
Exactly. So I mean, this year has been a revelation in terms of that.
I feel like
I'm not worried about it now.
I know people will say that owning their own home is a kind of freedom, but I feel like you're tied to that house in a way that you're not by renting. I feel like renting gives you a different kind of freedom.
Yeah.
Because we can leave whenever we wanted to. If we decided we wanted to rent somewhere different, we could.
I know, just get up and go. Well, did you know the shared equity situation with our flats?
Yeah.
Martin, sorry, Matt, I used to live upstairs. He got to a stage where he wanted to move, and the realisation of how much it was going to cost him, because the shared equity component is still at market value. Mm-hmm. So whatever he paid for it all the years ago, 10 years ago, I think for some reason thought he was going to be paying that amount back. And then when he went to sell it and realised he owed the landlord an absolute fortune because he had to sell it at market value and they wanted their market value equivalent, that was the reality of that. So this year, with you obviously being over here and us being kind of mortgage free in terms of we don't own anything. Not mortgage free as we own our own house.
We're mortgage free.
Yeah, but we're paying rent for the rest of our days, but that's just life. That's
but that's fine. That rent is our protection though. Look at it. It's not that we're giving the money away for nothing.
No.
That money ensures that we have a house, not only somewhere to live, but somewhere that is taken care of for us.
Yes, exactly. So I think we've pretty much said what we need to say, haven't we?
Yeah.
This has been quite a long video because it's the entire journey down to Largs, but I think it had to be spoken about, and if you've watched it this far, then we appreciate it. It's not easy to talk about this kind of shit. It's dead easy to put on a false sort of persona, isn't it, in social media? People show off all the time and make themselves look much more wealthy than they are. I don't see the point in that. I just wanted to be honest about a few things, and it's been brought about by comments that have been made, and let's just put that to bed now. I'm admiring that old bike.
The other thing that we really wanted to say is that we're not talking about money today in this video because we're looking for any kind of handouts. That
no.
We want to make that very, very clear. This is not about us scrounging for money or saying, "Oh, please help us, we're poor." That's not what we're doing at all.
I'm lucky. I earn a good living.
Just want to tell people this is what it was like for us, and we're turning things around. We have a plan, and we're things are getting better.
Yeah, as I said, I earn a good wage. We will survive. We will get better. It'll take years, but we will get there. But it was just to put, because obviously people see videos from a year ago when I was destitute and all that, and I'm using all this equipment, and they think, how? Where are you getting all that from? So that's basically what it is. Just clarifying the situation. So there we go. And if you do wonder what cameras I've got 5 from a long time ago. I've got the X4 there. I've got the Osmo Action 5. That was necessary so that Charlotte and I could talk. I already had the DJI mics. So I sold some gear to get that. I've got my old Nikon Z6 II, which was I used to have 2 of them. When I was doing weddings, because I had a camera body with different lenses on it. So if you've done any of that kind of stuff, you'll know why. Good redundancy, but I sold one of them. I had a wee Nikon Z30 which I used for vlogging. I still have that. So I've got my Nikon Z6 II, the Nikon Z30, the Osmo Action 5. I've still got the Insta360 Ace Pro, which I had up for sale, didn't I? And people were offering me like, "Oh, I'll give you £75 for it," and I was like, piss off. I'm not going to give stuff away just out of desperation. And I decided to keep it, I think, because we were using it for doing wee vloggy bits, weren't we?
I think we've committed to the music is on the back seat,
Yeah.
and YouTube and photography, and the filming and photography. You've got weddings booked for next year, so
Yeah.
we've decided that that's going to be our focus. So we have to hold on to the gear that we
Camera gear.
have.
Yeah. Well, I do have the opportunity to make a wee bit extra money. I've not been able to realise that opportunity yet, but I have the opportunity to do it. And that's the plan, to use the studio is now no longer a music studio, it's a photography studio. I just need to get the mojo back, I think, the motivation, and various sound. And another thing...
Is anyone that wants their photography done, then,
there is one thing I would love to get, and that's another 600mm lens for the camera, because I think over the changes with us the last couple of years, one of the biggest things I've realised is I love being out in nature. And when I was going to be in the caravan and going to buildings, I think having a super telephoto zoom lens again, I had to sell that years ago as well. I had one Nikon, I think it was a 200 to 500, but there's a 180 to 600 out there now that I totally missed when I was down at their show. So yeah, that's the only big purchase I want, but that's going to take a while.
Are we just staying on the mainland, or are we going over to the island?
Oh, I don't know. Do you want to go run around the island, or do you want to...
Yeah, can we go around the island?
Yeah, I suppose we could.
No bikes, lots of bikes. Hello.
Or do you want to get in there and go for some tea, or do you want to go run around the island?
No, I want to go around the island. Can we go around the island, please?
Right, I'll need to go and turn around then. Go and get tickets.
Thank you.
Well, looks like we're going on the ferry today, folks.
Yay!
I will need to turn.
You can go round here.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. The constant, never-ending stream of cars. No, very much.
That is true.
I'm going through whether he likes it or not.
Yeah.
And we'll go out behind us. Oh, Freelander!
Look, it's a pretty one.
That's a newer version than ours.
I like the dark blue, actually. I didn't think I would like dark blue, but that looks okay.
We've just had to put a new power transfer unit in ours and get bits and bobs fixed. It's been rather hard going, but we've invested our time and effort in it, so we're going to keep it because we love it. It's a utilitarian beast and we love it, and it's great for towing a caravan.
That's our focus now, isn't it? We're gonna focus on getting the most out of what we have, maintaining and really using the things we have.
Yeah, we've got this baby, which is always going to be my baby. Apart from you, obviously. We've got our Landy for towing the caravan, and we love caravanning. That's our next biggest thing, next to biking. But caravanning is a big thing for me, because when I used to go caravanning years ago, it was all about the photography and the drone flying and all that stuff, which I love. And the caravan taking us away to different places gives us the opportunity for adventure and to do that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, living in Paisley doing wildlife photography is not the best or easiest thing.
There's quite a lot of wildlife in Paisley, but not the kind you want to photograph.
I was going to say, unless the wildlife consists of people staggering down the street in front of you, but this is Sunday. How often are the ferries?
I don't know.
It looks busy.
I don't know. They still only got one going.
I think this. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I still want to go. What time is it? We've got lots of time.
Was it not mega busy last time?
We've got lots and lots of time.
Oh, I'll need to go and get tickets then.
Yeah. You're talking to the helmet.
Is that on? Are we getting a green light?
They're both working.
Well, I meant to film on the way on the ferry, but I forgot. So, here we are. Came out for a wee blast to talk about money, and we're on the Millport ferry going for a run around Millport, because...
I have no idea what you're saying.
Why not? And that face says it all. So yeah, I think probably we've done enough talking about money. No more of that today. It's going to be a long video, but sometimes that's good. We're going to go to the island. We're going to buzz around the island, get a coffee, and then head home. That's the plan. So we'll catch up in a wee bit.
Oh, don't hold it like that. That's terrifying.
Yeah. We've still got our mics attached, so
Oh, good.
this might work. I'll just put that up there a wee bit for you.
Hello.
The S Pro thingamabobby job is dead and charging, but we're here on the Millport ferry. Well, it's actually the ferry to Great Cumbria. Millport's the town round there, but
Yes.
that's Hunterston, isn't it?
Yes,
You
says.
can see the Hunterston power station. Oh, I don't know if you can, but yeah, we're going to do a wee bit of filming around the island on the bike. Stop, chill, any nice spots on the way around, we'll stop, we'll do a bit of filming there. And yeah, this is going to be an hour long video today.
It's going to be a big one. That's fine.
I don't care.
It's quality over quantity because I haven't put anything up in a couple of weeks.
See, this is a catch up in a lot of weeks of crap, so.
What, after we got married, both of us got sick.
Yeah,
so
I'm still recovering,
We've
by the
just
way.
not been filming stuff because we've been sick.
Yep. So we'll catch up with you in a bit. Bye. Well, we had no plans of going on a ferry today, but here we are.
This was a nice, spontaneous little trip. And Millport is my absolute favourite place in the whole wide world. So,
Spontaneity is my favourite thing. Is that a word?
yes,
I thought it was. It just, just
well done.
sometimes I say words and think I need to check the Oxford English Dictionary, but generally speaking, it's right. It's just things just pop into my head. It's like I don't know a particular word or phrase, and then I think I have to check it, and I go, "Oh, it is. Oh, I'm cleverer than I thought."
You surprised yourself.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should do the bike thing sometime.
What do you mean the bike thing?
Like the actual pedal bike around the island.
Oh, right, bike thing, as in pedal bike. Ah, that's not a bad call. Right, we're going to go right, aren't we?
Yes.
Because everybody else is going left.
Yes.
I'm worried about how many people are trying to come back. It is a bit of concern.
It's only 1 o'clock. Oh, oh, that thing's so cool.
Am I going the right way here? Yeah, that's
Yes.
a car park. Yeah. Welcome to Cumbria, Great Cumbria. Maximum speed 30 mile an hour, so let's behave ourselves and do 30 mile an hour. We're not here to rush, we're here to enjoy the road.
Yes.
And it's a small road, so don't want to be cracking along at stupid speeds. And you can't see anything beyond a few hundred yards. This is lovely. Do you know, it's been a long time. We were over here before, but we didn't go around the island. We decided to
We
go
went up to the point, didn't we? Yeah.
And then we realised that there was going to be an issue with the ferries.
Because one of the ferries had broken and they went down to one ferry, so it was a bit of a panic that we had to get that ferry or we were going to be stuck.
Was that not a Sunday as well?
Yeah.
Because we were worried about me getting back to work on the Monday. Oh, what's this?
But it all turned out fine.
It did. Oh,
What?
never brought a drone.
No, because we didn't plan on this.
No.
Because we're so spontaneous. Because you love your spontaneity.
Yes. Live with spontaneity.
It's the price of spontaneity.
Yes. No
How many
drone.
times can we use spontaneity in this video?
I don't know. It is a bit spontaneous. It's nice, this wee road, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, we should just come down here with Lola. Come over as a pedal, or come over and hire a bike. Lola's the Land Rover, by the way, folks. Charlotte has a habit of naming things now.
Yes.
This is Bella the Beamer. I love riding Bella. That sounds wrong. Sorry. I love riding Bella the Beamer. And we like driving Lola. What's the caravan?
Luna?
Luna. Luna the Lunar. It's not really a big enough island to justify having a caravan site, is it?
No overnight, no overnight. But if
Yeah.
there's tents there, then I imagine they have been there overnight. But
Yeah, it's just in the car parking spaces and overnight.
I know, but their cars are there overnight because they're camping overnight.
Oh, yeah, sorry, of course.
Yes, stop it.
What was I talking about being clever earlier on? Do you know what? We're doing 20 mile an hour here and I'm loving it. I'm loving it because the road's dead. It's quiet, the scenery's just beautiful.
These are nice houses. Just saying. you know that thing I said about not having a mortgage?
Yeah, I know. And the money is just, our financial situation is just smashing. Yeah, we can go and buy a house. Not. Craig, I'm quite happy not having a mortgage now. Oh, look at that house. It's only 160,000.
Can we have a mortgage, please?
Oh, look at that house. It's only 180,000. Why any bother?
I don't think there's anything on this island for 180,000.
No, probably not. Should I have turned right there?
Yes.
What if I turn right here?
Ooh, I don't know.
I have no idea where I am. Should have. I didn't even indicate there. That's just. It's not that bit.
Do we have any idea where we're going?
No.
Well, you need to go straight forward.
Left, right, left, right, left, right. Yeah. Don't need a touchdown. I don't want to actually stop there. Oh, look at the old bus. Millport Motors.
Right, yeah, we turn left here and we're at the harbour, so we're fine.
Narrow, cute streets.
Oh, maybe we weren't supposed to go that way. Oh well, it doesn't matter now. We're back at the main. See where the caravan's parked? That's
the chippy,
That's the chippy.
Ooh, chippy. Ooh.
Are you wanting a chippy?
I'm just thinking chippy.
Yeah, I figured you were thinking about chippy. It looks kind of closed though.
Yeah.
That's not open. No chippy for you.
Damn. Will we get your mum a newspaper? Where will we park?
I don't know.
We're just going here. Well, the single yellow is. It's Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can we park here?
I don't know.
Are we going to get into trouble?
Stop asking the questions I don't know the answer to.
Well, we appear to be here.
And so is the bus. And that's everyone that was on the ferry with us.
Well, the sun's shining on this lovely glorious Sunday. We're on the island and we've got the Ace Pro filming us because we've got a bit of juice in it now. So we'll get the selfie stick.
I know.
You love it here, don't you?
I know.
No, we've just been talking about it on the bike. So
My favourite place in the whole wide world.
this is your wee fave place.
Yes.
And
The beach just on that side. Remember where we sat before? You had your chippy.
Yeah.
And that is covered in sea glass.
Yeah. So guess what we're going to be doing after we get some tea?
Yes.
Right.
Can't
anyway,
come to Millport and not get sea glass.
we need fed, so we're going to go and get fed.
Food.
See you in a bit. Hello. Well, I'll tell you what. This is like a little slice of heaven sitting here. It's warm. There's hardly a breeze where I'm sitting. Obviously I've got a big wall behind me which helps. And I'm right at the harbour. And Charlotte is of course beachcombing, which is one of our favourite things, and I'm happy to have her indulge. That's what we're out about today. It's not about rushing about. We like doing biking trips. Sorry, I've got eyes are screwed up. I like doing biking trips where we can toddle along at our own pace or hare it, whatever we want, but stop. I like stopping frequently just to explore, to take photographs. And I was talking to Big Gordon about this as well. He's exactly the same as us, which is probably why we work so well when we're out biking together. Yeah, we're happy to go out and do 100 or whatever miles in a day, but stop plenty of times in the process and go beachcombing or taking photographs or do drone flights and things. It's absolutely brilliant. But yeah, this is just wonderful. I love it. This is life.